Hey, it's Adler from FM 1021. Backstage with Bastille before Big Snow Show, night 11. They're the headliners. Gentlemen, welcome back to Milwaukee.
Good to be back.
You have been everywhere in this city. There is not a place you haven't played, I don't think, except for maybe some restaurants or, I don't know, on a barge.
There's still time.
We have got a jazz quartet we're going to start up next year, so we're going to do some steakhouses, yeah.
Indoors, outdoors, you've been at all. A favorite memory from Milwaukee? Anything harrowing or otherwise?
I think our first snow show here a few years back was a pretty awesome memory. Getting to play in that big old grand room, and our dressing room was downstairs, like next to the haunted swimming pool. So that's kind of always stuck in our minds.
Yeah. And we spent some time in the pool afterwards.
Hear anything? Feel anything?
Only Woody.
Hear anyone? Feel anyone?
It was great, but
because they say it like ruins phones. Some people have weird reception down there. Yeah, haunted. Do you believe in the haunted?
If the qualification for something being haunted is poor phone
Poor
signal,
reception, then really mountains and the wilderness is also.
Aeroplanes are
there are haunted airplanes. Let's not.
Do you believe in ghosts?
Yeah, I think you have to, don't you?
No.
You are not obliged at all.
No, really.
I guess if you're.
I think it's like unwilling ghosts. I don't think they're all like bad. I think some
Unwilling ones.
Yeah, I think they just get stuck into it. You know,
that makes me feel really bad for the ghost.
Exactly. Precisely. Nobody ever feels bad for ghosts.
To be fair, no one really wants to be a ghost because it means you're dead.
That's the whole moral of the Casper story, and I believe in Casper.
I don't think I've seen Casper.
See, Dan and I are on the same page.
Yeah, but if you're Patrick Swayze, then you will go to pottery, aren't you?
yeah, mate, you can still do it even though you're a ghost.
Oh, wow.
That's all that matters, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's a useful trade.
Question: do you think Patrick Swayze is a ghost now in real life?
I hope
Pottery
Yeah.
or not?
Yeah.
Just hanging around pottery shops.
Or is he a bouncer?
Is he dead?
He's dead, yeah.
Ah, okay.
I don't laugh. It's not funny.
It's not funny, but I really feel bad now that we feel like we broke the news to you. You're waiting for
Heartbreaking.
Ghost 2 to come out. You're like, why is he doing any more movies? Lazy son of a bitch. And you're like, oh, he's dead.
Will's not.
I think I might have been confusing him with Kevin Costner, who was in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
He's alright, I think.
Okay. Is he dead?
Still alive.
I think he's
Good.
still alive.
Thank God he is.
2016 is not finished yet, though.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. There's speaking of which, how was your 2016 as a band?
Brutal.
We're still alive
Yeah, you're still
so
here.
far.
That's about the best you can hope for.
Yeah.
It's been an interesting year. I think for us, it's we got to release an album, a second album, which is exciting, and we've toured a lot, and we've I guess professionally we've had a really good time. It's been a bit of an odd year though, hasn't it? Just across a lot of things. But for us, yeah, I mean we're back in the US, which is a lot of fun, and we've released a record that we're proud of and done a lot of really fun touring. So we can't complain.
Does the album feel 3 months old? I mean, it feels like it just came out, but for you guys, does it feel like it's been out for a while?
I don't know, because we've kind of known some of the songs for a while, but then I've only just recently gotten to the point where I can not think about what I'm playing. Because some of them are so new, you're thinking, right, must not forget this bit in verse 2.
I wish you'd keep thinking about what you're playing.
Yeah. it really shows when
Goes
I'm not
into
thinking.
another song.
Yeah.
As in, when was that point? Because there was a point recently where the quality just dropped.
Oh, we're still dropping.
Oh, okay, cool.
Just missing drum parts. Like, nope, not doing it.
Is Woody even on stage?
Is he here?
In all fairness, was it last year or year before we were at a festival, we were playing Floors, one of our oldest songs. We've been played it a million times. I just forgot to start playing drums in the verse.
First verse came in.
Everyone's staring at me. I'm like, what sounds
so
weird?
weird.
It's like, no drums.
The drums.
Yeah.
The drums. Yeah.
You literally had one job.
Yeah.
Why am I even here?
No, that was weird.
Speaking of, well, not weird, but we were just talking about the Good Grief video, which is now, look at that, perfect, queued up and everything. You guys said you weren't here for a lot of the shooting of this video.
Well, it was shot by this Spanish collective called Nisu. And it's kind of perfect. We're looking at the credits right now. Oh, no, there's me. That's embarrassing.
Wasn't it a 5-day shoot?
Yeah, it was a 5-day shoot, which for a music video is kind of super rare. But this Madrid creative collective sort of took hold of the video and wanted to do it. And they just put everything into it, which was amazing. But we were there for a day and did all the stuff that we were in. And they just shot the rest like a movie. It's crazy how much stuff they did. So a lot of it we ended up seeing.
Was it shot in Spain? Or
Yeah, in Madrid.
Really?
So we went to Madrid for a day and a night. I'm a decapitated head in the video, as you might notice. And
That's me in the background on roller skates.
Annoyingly,
I was saying you never met the roller skate girls?
No,
well,
Never.
annoyingly, we missed the sexy girls in lycra, but did get to see Dan in lycra when he was wearing his green suit, so that they could see below
that's
the head.
because they had to like green
Yeah.
screen you out.
I was in a neck to toe.
Do you
green
think that was just to mess
jumpsuit.
with you, or do you really have to wear it? Do you go,
Yeah, no.
Dan's gonna put on the tight one. You tell him he's gonna put the tight one on. It'll be fun.
As a bank job too, which I'd have been so up for doing.
Yeah,
I mean,
the Tim Roth. It's a rubber, right? I mean,
You did get to teach that girl how to play drums though.
I did. Yeah, it took a
You're
while.
lucky.
Did you do it go style? Did you go behind there? Just like pottery? Did you put your arms around
Just
her?
lots of angry pointing and shouting, gesticulating.
When he was like, I just don't get why I can't play the drums in the video. It's our song. Why can't I play drums? Like, Woody, when
I
they
look good naked
when
as
they were
well,
doing
for
the
God's
casting, it was sort of
Anyway,
the only thing you two have in common is long hair and a talent for drums. That's there's a compliment in there somewhere.
and
I
a mutual
think.
love of sports.
Yes, of course.
You're getting to know each other. Well, we both do have long hair. Would you like to do something later? Like, that's your intro line. And now we're both drummers. Where is she now? Do you know?
No one knows.
So,
She's stuck in a
First
perpetual
we found out
loop on that
Patrick
TV.
Swayze's dead. Now this. The end of the couch is really bumming me out, guys. But I feel bad that you just found out that Patrick Swayze died.
I know. I mean, it's less sad because I didn't know who he was.
I hope.
If I'd known,
that's true.
It was sad.
That doesn't make it any less sad. That just makes you a bit more
Oh,
ignorant.
no, it's less sad for me. For his
Oh,
family,
right,
it's still very sad.
Is
I
it
felt like-
possible to dedicate a song to him tonight?
I think we have to now, don't we? That's the rules,
Yeah,
right?
which one should we dedicate
I
to
think
him?
we dug so deep. I think maybe the next album should be just purely dedicated
We'll
to.
have to cover everything
Swayze.
I do it for you, and dedicate it to Patrick Swayze.
That's Brian Adams, isn't it?
My God, this is
You'll
gonna be
get
the
the
greatest
joke in
Bastille
that
show
one.
yet.
Getting things wrong.
Or just a bunch of Kevin Costner songs. Just who cares?
What do you say? What do you say? What do you just go ahead?
Or we could do a song from The Bodyguard.
Keep going. Keep going.
I Will Always Love You by Beyonce. I'm not really up to date on pop culture.
No, it's
The Bodyguard is too new.
you're a
for
reader.
me.
Have you seen these new color TVs? They're nice.
Lovely. They're shiny. We're on that one.
No, this video is fascinating to me. That's why the behind-the-scenes story. That's what I did want to ask. Did all of you meet David Lynch? Or Dan, was it just you?
Just me.
You just hung out with him a couple hours?
Yep. Yeah.
I know you're a super fan. I love his stuff too.
I'm a super fan. Embarrassingly, I had to, like I said, I had to spend most of the 2 hours that I was there trying to play it cool and trying to not give away that I knew. I'd ask him questions and he'd tell me answers that I knew the answer to, and I'd be like, okay, cool, that's interesting. It was so I was trying really hard to sort of rein it in
Just
and
nod
play it cool.
agreeingly and remember to breathe.
Yeah.
Did you ask him to rank his favourite Die Hard films in order?
No, but I should have.
I want to know that.
There's a photo of me and him together, and I'm smiling so hard that veins I didn't know I had are popping in my forehead.
And they look so much like father and son, like so much.
The hair is.
Yeah.
It
you
was
can't deny.
stunning. It was good.
It was one of the happiest days of my life.
Have you guys met any of your heroes on tour?
We met Steve Coogan, aka Alan Partridge,
Oh my God!
and we turned into that gaggle of giggling schoolgirls.
Did you?
He
Say-
wasn't even
say
having
that
a
10
funny
times really
day, but
fast.
we were so over impressed.
The Steve Coogan part where he introduces Fleetwood Mac as soft rock and cocaine enthusiast is probably my favorite line. And every time I open the mic on the radio, I go, God, I want to use that line, but we don't play Fleetwood Mac. So, so now I have to find a different band with a different drug. But it's like soft rock and cocaine enthusiast is my favorite.
How much Partridge influences your working day?
Oh God, I wish it was more. I wish I could have a RV and go and do a live show while driving. A lot of it's actually. Unfortunately, it's
There it is.
unintentionally, but it's a very Alan Partridge-y.
There's a Twitter account called Accidental Partridge, which I urge you to follow. They just retweet things that Partridge would say, but it happens in real life. It's really funny, guys.
He's wonderful.
But that seems like Steve Coogan seems, and maybe I'm wrong in person, probably a pretty personable guy. David Lynch to me seems like a serious dude.
He was. I think the thing is with David Lynch is, obviously his films are quite surreal and odd and challenging and dark.
Yeah.
And I've seen interviews with him where he appears to be quite. If people ask him things that he maybe doesn't think are that interesting or intelligent, quite a challenging interviewer. So I was terrified going in to meet him, but he was just really lovely, as is the way with most people. Like, I think it's a real, and I think we all have this. If someone's famous for something, you kind of assume that's exactly who they are. And obviously, people are only a part of them is their job. And so went in and he was like, "Hey man, how you doing? Come have a cup of coffee." And I was like, "What?
You're like,
This is not what I was expecting."
Hawaiian shirt.
Yo, no shoes.
Hey damn.
High fives. You're like, this is not what I expected at all.
He was super warm and interested and funny. Like he was asking loads of questions about us and about our band and all that kind of stuff, which was really cool. I wasn't really sure what to expect.
You didn't ask fan questions at all?
I
Did you ask about the new Twin Peaks at all?
I did not.
No?
No, I think it hadn't been announced.
A
then.
twist at the end of that sentence.
I did.
Not. I think I asked him, and at the time he was really obsessed with he was doing loads of painting.
Yeah.
So when I went round to his place, I went into the door, and it was a kind of massive screening room come recording studio. And he walked out in overalls covered in paint from head to toe. And I was
And
like,
he was painting there? That's like his studio?
yeah.
Give you a big hug.
Yeah. Oh,
Big
thanks,
painting.
mate.
A big
I love you,
painting
but you ruined my favourite T-shirt. In fact, at the time, I used to wear pretty much my entire wardrobe on tour was David Lynch T-shirts. So I think it was actually I had to borrow a T-shirt off somebody else so that I
you
didn't turn up
wear
at his
the
house.
The shirt to the show, in other words.
I mean, it would have been weird. I very nearly turned up to his house in a David Lynch T-shirt. So I had to, that was...
Nice to meet you, Jan. Why's your T-shirt inside out? Long story.
Yeah.
I didn't want to freak you out.
Yeah.
And we can hug now and get paint on it, and I don't screw it up. You know, yes. Whereas Steve Coogan, like, if things go, can you do a Sean Connery, imitation for me? Because that's what I would ask him.
And it would be brilliant.
He's very good at that. So So Steve Coogan, Lynch, anybody else on tour that? Anybody that's fans of
I once mimed guitar on the television for David Hasselhoff.
That's not
You weren't
weird at
expecting
all.
that, were you?
Drop it. Go.
That involves some explanation.
Well, basically, before I was remotely happy with my life, I used to do awful things for money, and also play guitar for David Hasselhoff.
You guys
When
can
I
go
was-
now. We need to talk
It just
more
got
about this. We're going to go to commercial. We'll be right back and talk. No, I want to fight.
I can't even remember how it came about, but a friend of mine, had been asked to play keyboards for David Hasselhoff on the television, and I say play in the loosest possible terms. And they were like, "What are you doing on Tuesday?" And I was like, "Not doing anything." So I got to go meet the Hoff, who he'd had a couple, 6 a.m. morning TV, and he'd had a couple, but he was
Mimosa guy.
he was great. He took a shining to me because I had a ridiculous 80s leather jacket, which was deliberately chosen because I was meeting the Hoff. And the bait worked. He's like, "This jacket's cool, man." And then to get amped before the filming started, he was like, "Let's do some push-ups," and no one joined him. And then, I don't want to be mean because this might get mean, but he was doing them on his knees,
They call them,
yeah.
Boxer
I don't think
push-ups.
girl ones, but
But I think it's because he has bad ankles or something. Because he can definitely do a full push-up. He's strong.
how many did he do?
I don't know, a few. It was like, well, they're
So he
counting
just
down. They're
wanted to
like
get that,
in
fake
4,
muscle?
3. It's like, dude, no, you got to sing.
Was this right before they started filming?
Yeah, no, it was
Really?
He was living life on the edge. It was a dream.
Doing half-ass push-ups.
It was amazing. And then he sent me. I asked him for a photo, and his publicist said he didn't do that. But then everyone who played for him got sent a poster for the single, which was called "Get in My Car," I think.
Jump in my car.
Jump in my car.
Jump in my car.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I know that. I saw the video for that.
Somewhere I
It's
have a
hilarious.
poster.
I didn't know it was that
Hasselhoff
one.
Signed of him, like,
You play
sitting on
guitar? Jump in my car?
No, I mimed
My
guitar
guitar?
once on the
Oh
TV.
I didn't know it was that.
Has anyone ever heard this?
You have
story
that
before?
crucial bit of
This
information.
is
And no
Tells
one's
it
ever
every
been able
day.
to find the footage because
Have
I'd
you
love to
seen the
see
video
it.
for it? It's
No.
just a close-up of a car, and it's green screen, and I think it's physically moving in the back. It's not
Yeah.
even CGI'd. It just looks like a high school
He
performance.
doesn't. He's old school. He doesn't do CGI. He's not like us. He won't wear.
I will
green
not hear the
bikers.
Hoff's production values being questioned ever.
I was going to say, this interview's over once we start questioning.
This is kind of like therapy because I've never really told anyone this before. It's just this dark secret.
So you didn't receive it. Did you get paid at least? I don't care. I don't want to know how
Yeah,
much.
yeah. I
Okay,
mean,
but you didn't get the
I would've
poster
done
that
it for
everybody else
free,
in the band
though.
got.
Huh?
You didn't get the poster that everyone else got.
No, I did.
Oh, you
we
did?
all got one.
Okay.
I've lost mine. I
Did
moved
you
house.
sell it?
I wish I sold it.
Was this before or after that picture of him drunk with the hamburger on the floor?
It was around the same era.
Oh, you had. Oh, that's.
I think
hot.
that was just after.
Hot Hoff time.
No.
I actually use the Knight Rider theme on the morning show when I do traffic. That's
That's
all I've ever used.
perfect. That is perfect.
It's
That's
the only
amazing.
time- so I don't know if he gets paid for that royalties wise, But I
hope
mean,
so.
if you do that 6 times a day, times a week,
He's doing all right. You're basically
I
paying
think
his
he's doing
bills.
okay. He's
You're
probably-
keeping him in hamburgers.
I think he's doing panto in Cardiff this year.
Is he?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Oh, you guys should just follow him
Go
around.
mime guitar
I'm,
for him.
I'm going to tweet him until he gets me backstage.
That's how that works.
Push-ups.
Yeah.
Do push-ups.
So there was a keyboarder miming it, a guitarist miming, and was there a drummer not
Yes,
drumming too?
and some backing vocalists.
It's turned into a Christmas song all of a sudden.
It was good. It was
One drummer not drumming, one guitarist not guitaring, one keyboard not really playing, and a
It's-
drunk David Hasselhoff doing half-bass push-ups.
merry. A
That
merry
was-
Hasselhoff.
Sorry.
No,
I
no,
should
no,
really-
no.
it's- I don't want to steal your...
You assumed, yeah. I mean, you assumed I was going to say something negative. That was
Yeah.
wonderful.
you know,
That was brilliant.
Just riffing. That's what it is. Riffing.
whoever sings in front of you.
We once,
Funny
we
you
once, I say once, a few weeks ago, we were asked in Norway to do an interview entirely through the medium of opera. I don't know if they've heard our music. Opera's not necessarily our forte, or singing for that matter. But yeah, they were like, "Can you read out this fan fiction in the medium of opera?" And he'd written
Sexy fan fiction.
Out. It was sexy fan fiction. It was quite a weird interview.
that.
It was quite awkward.
Girls on roller skates? Or did it get weird?
I mean, it got weird.
He was really enthusiastic with the opera. Was what was, because we were all like kind of laughing and kind of trying to do it, but he was really going for it, man.
So he was singing opera.
He was singing the opera,
to you with fan fiction in front of him as lyrics.
The script, yeah.
and then we had the script and we would sing back, and it was quite sexy.
This seems pretty tame then.
Mm. I don't know. We've dug up a lot of emotional things and Will. You know, we've made some good work.
I did not think David Hasselhoff would even be mentioned twice even during this interview. So the fact that we mentioned him that many times is great.
He took up a whole, probably a third of it, I'd say.
Yeah.
Swayze the rest.
Swayze and Hasselhoff, the big two.
Two big uns.
One's still with us, one is not. Best way to end it, guys. Thank you guys so much. Thanks
Merry
for coming.
Christmas.
Thank you for having us.